We're here to talk about pets, pet nutrition, and wellness, anything that can help our fur children live a longer, vibrant, and happier lives.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome to Vital Pet
Vital
Life
Pet Life.
Podcast.
Hey everyone, this is Dr. Amber, your official veterinarian at Vital Pet Life.
And this is Donnie, your chief treat lady. So, in the last episode, we discovered some tips from Dr. Amber on what to do if your fur baby has bladder stones. Now, in connection with this, I want to ask Dr. Amber, like, what kind of human food, or can we say like food that we eat, that we can basically give to our babies? Well, either they're on bladder stone problems or like having issues, right? So, what kind of veggies, fruits, or whatsoever that you think will be a good idea to give to our babies?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, first off, I just want to say if your pet has some kind of medical condition, they're on a
Mm-hmm.
special diet for some reason. So, they're on one of those bladder stone diets or, kidney disease or anything like that. I would really caution away from giving anything from the table, even fruits and veggies, before you talk to your
Oh.
veterinarian. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
if we're on a prescription diet and we're giving other things by mouth, we may not get the full benefit of the diet. It may actually be
Mm-hmm.
counteracting what we're trying to do with the diet. So let's
Yeah.
just get that out of the way in the beginning. We just, stick to this prescription diet and
Stick
talk
to
to
the
your veterinarian.
prescription. Yeah. And
Yes.
then
Yes.
maybe the treats and kibbles, those, BDIs. Uh-oh. Well, too bad. We need to get
Right.
them like healthy. But yeah, I mean, how long do you think you introduce another treat? Like, is there like a duration? What if it's lifetime? Like, will he not be able to have a treat forever? Oh no.
Right. I know that's so hard, and we really, really
I
want to give
know.
them treats. So, another thing you could do, my dog loved ice cubes. And
Oh.
I mean, we would throw ice cubes to him. He would catch them in the air and crunch them up. That was one of his favorite treats. So, of course, ice
Oh.
is okay for everybody. So, that's
Aw.
one thing you can do. And if the kibble comes from the bowl, it's just food. But if it comes from your hand, it's a treat. So you can try to
Oh.
use the kibble itself as a treat
Mhm. Mhm.
coming from your hand. So some
Mm.
dogs will fall for it, some won't, but you can try that. And
Aw.
some companies will actually make treats that go along with their prescription diet. So I would talk to your
Mhm.
veterinarian about that too.
Yeah, right. Like maybe like a like I've seen like supplements that has like cranberry and mongoose on it. It's basically in a treat form. So maybe that's a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. Like Tuxedo is pretty much asked to take it because it will help him to have more like stability and at the same time not having like it just the cranberry itself and another additional stuff I guess helps not to develop like crystals, and a supplement that probably in a treat form will be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Well, thank you, Dr. Amber. So probably to segue, or like we could discuss some for if your dog is healthy, can I
Right.
give specific vitamins or vegetables or fruits? Like what's the best probably like, greenies out there that we can give to the guys and girls or for babies?
Yeah, so for dogs that don't have any kind of medical condition, but we want to give them some healthy snacks, there's lots of options. So, as far as fruits, you can give melons, so cantaloupe,
Mm.
honeydew, watermelon. You
Mm-hmm.
can give apples and
Apples is
bananas.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And strawberries and blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Taxi
those
likes
are all,
blueberries.
yeah. Yeah, those are
I
all
think
really
blueberries
great
is
for their
healthy
health.
for him. Sorry, like I think he's fine with blueberries because they put it on his like prescription food. So I
Yeah.
bet I can give one or two, and he loves it. He tosses it
Yeah.
up, and he thinks it's a
Oh,
treat.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of those things, they're lower in sugar, they're high in antioxidants, and they're good for their health. And they don't
What about
usually cause problems with dogs with allergies.
Oh, great. Yeah. So fruits are pretty good then. So it doesn't really like harm them or counteract if you have an allergic reaction to like, or if you're allergic to something.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've heard from dermatologists that you can give bananas to dogs with food allergies. So that's always another consideration. If they have food allergies, we don't really want to be giving them other things by mouth. These fruits tend to be safe if we see
Mm.
any kind of allergy flare ups after we've given these foods. And in
Mm-hmm.
that case, I would only start with one, only give an apple and see. But if you see a flare up, don't give any more apples. So, but obviously don't give them like all of the fruits at once.
Yeah.
Because then we're not sure which one they reacted to if they happen to react. But these tend to be very safe, low in sugar, and dogs
I think
usually like them.
anything in yeah, and also in moderation again. Like you shouldn't
Yeah,
like replace like a meal with just like one fruit or
right.
what. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Kind of a rule of thumb is that no more than 10% of their calorie intake for the day should come from food outside of their regular food. So
Uh-huh.
10% or less of calories can come
Wow.
from healthy fruits and veggies.
Yeah. What about for
Um,
veggies?
so,
Like we touched upon fruits. So I
mhm.
know Taxi likes carrots. He loves arugula for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
so
know
do I.
why.
So,
Me too. I love it too. Maybe it's
I
the
love
bitter
greens. Yeah.
like I think it's the
Yeah.
tanginess, I guess. I have no idea. He loves it. Like he will eat it.
Maybe he likes that little spicy flavor or something.
Probably.
Um, yeah, so there's lots of veggies that we can give safely to dogs. So carrots, green beans,
Mm.
cucumbers, sweet red peppers, celery, um, zucchini, peas,
Oh wow. Those are
asparagus,
stuff that I will eat.
and tomatoes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
tomatoes.
So there's all of those things are safe and healthy for dogs.
So what about for tomatoes? I mean, they have seeds, right? Should we take off the seeds and just give them like,
No, I mean they're small enough; they're not going to cause a problem.
oh, okay, all right. Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice to know. Well, Tuxedo loves arugula. He loves cucumbers, like all the stuff that, is pretty healthy. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's in his food though that nutritionists added, but I know he gets slammed. There's a lot of blueberries. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, it's super blue. You have like I can definitely eat this and with rice. So it's pretty human grade. He's been eating that and pretty much it will help him with his like crystals or minerals.
Nice.
Not to
Yeah.
develop crystals.
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
definitely in a dog like Tuxie who's had surgery before, and we're trying to prevent those. We want to be really careful about his diet, and that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've been trying to get him to really drink water though. Like I
Yeah.
think water intake really does help. I've seen him
Yes.
drink a lot of water lately. Like it's funny because like he will basically after every walk now he will drink and then I play with him. Like he loves to run around and do zoomies with me in the yard. And after that,
Mhm.
like, okay, just get him really tired and he will drink. And having a
Yeah.
friend too, like he had
Well,
his best
that's
friend, best buddy over the weekend. All they did was run around and when Isley drinks water, he drinks water and they go out and pee. And I'm like, oh my God, that's really good having Isley in the
yeah.
house. So he had a really good weekend because his friends stayed over for 4 days and he lives close by, but he had like sleepover over the weekend to play with ducks. So
Nice. That's awesome.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
and especially for a dog with bladder stones, like you want them to drink more water than a dog without stones, because that just
yeah,
helps dilute out the urine and decrease those minerals wanting to bind together.
yeah, right, yeah. Well, I guess To sum everything up, making sure that your dogs are healthy to be able to get to eat all these veggies and yummy fruits. And then if ever a dog or your cat for one had some issues, always ask for your vet to help you, like, before giving anything out to these little babies.
Right.
And
Yeah.
hydration is
And
key.
then just a hydration for sure. Yeah. And then just quickly, I want to go over some things that we should not give. I mean, most of
Oh,
us know
yeah, yeah,
chocolate is
yeah.
bad for dogs.
Oh,
Um,
avocado, I heard, is
grapes and
bad.
raisins. So
Oh,
avocado is not like the fruit itself is not bad. The thing that's scary is the pit. So things
oh,
like yeah, so
of
avocado pits,
course.
obviously if
Of
they
course.
eat that, they could choke. So the fruit itself is fine, but the pit is what causes the problem. So same thing with peaches, apricots, and cherries.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily give them the fruits, but the biggest harm would be the pits. So the pits have
Mm.
cyanide. So if they eat a large amount
Oh.
and they crush them up, chew them and swallow
Oh
them, then they're
God.
actually they can get too much cyanide and that's toxic for them. But
Oh yeah.
also apricots and peaches, like the pits are big enough that,
It's
especially
stuck in their
medium
belly,
to
yeah.
smaller dogs, yeah, they can choke or it can get stuck in their stomach or their intestines and lead to needing to have surgery to remove that foreign body. So we want to stay away
Oh.
from those type of things. I already
Oh.
mentioned grapes and raisins can they lead to kidney failure, and sometimes it doesn't take much. Um,
I know.
and we're not, there's not really a set toxic dose. Like some dogs can have a toxic dose with just one, and others can eat a bunch and have a toxicity. So no grapes or raisins.
Yeah, which reminds me like a story of one of our so we have like our dog model Bruce. You see him in our website. So we had dinner with his mom over the weekend, and her mom told us a story of like Bruce being served with a puppuccino in Starbucks. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
apparently they get a lot of that. He just gobbled it down, and in a day, like he lost like probably like weight and had like she spent a lot of money on the vet and just for the puppuccino alone. So that thing too, it's human food. Like,
Yeah.
is it, it's pretty popular. Like a lot of
Wow.
people bring their dogs to have some puppuccino, and not a lot of people animals can have dairy, right?
Yeah. Yep. I don't really eat fast food, but I was at an In and Out one day and I had my dog in the car and they're like, oh, we make hamburger patties for dogs. And I was like, absolutely not. I am not giving that. Yeah. So, because anything, they're like, oh, we don't put salt in it, but it's still like a high fat thing. So, high
Yeah.
fat foods can cause pancreatitis in dogs. And so, anything, you know, rich and fatty, buttery, you don't want to give. You don't want to give dairy or sorry, you don't want to give deli meats because they're usually pretty high in sodium.
Prosciutto. Prosciutto,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're fatty and they're high in sodium. So, probably in a teeny tiny amount would be fine, but not on a
Oh.
regular basis.
Oh.
Um, Raw potatoes. So,
Oh.
cooked potatoes are usually fine, but raw potatoes can be toxic. So,
What about
they're most
fries? Is fries?
fries, I mean, they're in the category of fast food, like salty and fatty. So I wouldn't. My poor dog, like he did not get anything but fruits and veggies. my,
Oh.
my family's like, you're no fun, and I'm like, well, I know the bad things that can happen from giving them too much fatty or salty, or So I was pretty strict with my own dog. He got ice cubes and carrots and spinach and squash and things like that. But he loved it. He was a lab, so he would eat anything anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to be careful with mushrooms. Of course,
Oh.
like mushrooms that we eat shouldn't be a problem, but Um, if you see like mushrooms growing in the wild and your dog happens to get a hold of one and eat one, like we never know.
Yeah.
Are they healthy? Could they be toxic? And so we just want to be really careful about
Eliminate
mushrooms.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is onions and garlic, anything in that
Hmm.
family. It actually causes damage to the red blood cells and can lead
Wow.
those cells can rupture and die, and then they end up with anemia. So that's a pretty big deal. We obviously don't want that to happen.
Wow.
And then something that, a lot of us may have in our house are macadamia nuts.
Oh.
They're extremely toxic to dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they can cause all kinds of neurologic symptoms. Like, we're not quite sure what is
In
exactly
there?
the mechanism of toxicity in macadamia nuts, but
Hmm.
definitely keep those away from your dog. And then xylitol. So
I heard
xylitol
about
is a
that.
natural sweetener. It's actually I've read it's very healthy for people. It's good for your dental health, and so they put it in a lot of like sugar-free gums and toothpaste and things like that, mints. But it's extremely toxic to dogs. So we
Wow.
want to keep anything with xylitol out of reach. It can cause a quickly dropping low blood sugar, and acute liver failure. So
Oh
it is
wow.
very deadly. Yeah. And most of the time, we know if it's gum or mints or toothpaste, but there are products like natural peanut butters that are sweetened with xylitol instead of regular sugar. So we just want to be really vigilant about reading the labels before we give our dogs anything, or, especially if we know we have xylitol, keep it far away where our dogs can't get to it.
Oh gosh. Well, that's good to know. Thank you again, Dr.
Yeah,
Amber.
you're welcome.
Thank you once again, Dr. Amber. Now we know what to look out for. Thank you also to our listeners for the 5-star reviews and continuously showing your support by listening to each episode. Don't forget to follow our channel for more talks about pets, tips, advice, and fun stuff.
Well, thank you, Donnie, and thank you to our supportive fur parents. Always remember happiness, vibrance, and longevity for our fur babies and our planet. This is Dr. Amber, your official veterinarian at Vital Pet Life.
And this is Donnie, your chief treat lady at Vital Pet Life. Have a possum week until next time. It's okay.